you're kind of blindsided by some news. You know, we're trying to gear up for this game coming up here, and then all of a sudden, Andy Reid comes out, says Travis Kelce didn't finish practice for, you know, with the hyperextended knee injury that he sustained. Got an MRI shortly after that. Everyone's online waiting for this MRI to drop. Finally, the Schefter, Ian Rappaport release. You know, no structural damage. ACL is still intact. Just inflammation, waiting for that to subside. Probably going to get a bone bruise. So JD, and that the big thing was this morning, Jason Kelce, obviously brother, played a different position, but he said there's some swelling and some pain, but if they can keep the swelling down, he should be good to go Thursday night. Obviously questionable for Thursday. Probably going to be a game time decision. JD, you played tight end. You've had a lot of injuries. I know your medical book, you always mentions like this big. Talk to us about this injury. If you've had this injury before, and if you were Andy Reid, would you put Travis Kelce in the game on Thursday?
So I have played tight end, and I have had this injury before, and I understand what the strain of the PCL. Actually, I ended up tearing mine, and I got a bone bruise. And so I described before, when your knee is hitting there, the patella in the front and the knee, that junction is where it kind of does like this, right? It's kind of the bone bruise. If got hit or he stepped, that's where kind of the bruise can happen. I think it all depends on how the knee responds, really. If they're able to keep the swelling down, maybe put a brace on it, he could possibly go. But it's effectiveness, and it's all based off of how he feels. It really is. And so if he's feeling uncomfortable about it, and he's just like, man, I can't be 100%. I can't even be 75. I don't want him to chance it. I don't want him to. You know, we need Travis Kelce for the rest of the season. And so I don't want something like this to linger, or, you know, hey, he's getting better, but every week it's another one of those things that you have to keep dealing with. Get the swelling and stuff down. But maybe they're quantifying this too, okay? Making the decision like, well, let's say he plays this week. Then he's going to have some downtime to kind of get better too. So they can play it that way as well. They can have him on a pitch count, like they have Kadarius Toney on, Snead on. You know, certain guys that have been dealing with injuries. That's another way that they can kind of deal with it. But what the things that Travis Kelce gives us, and what he does, and what he means to the offense, if he doesn't play, that will be a significant blow. It will. So that's the question. Do we feel like we are at a good place to handle the Lions without the roles of Travis Kelce and even now Chris Jones not being there? Okay. Kadarius Toney being on the pitch count, Snead being on the pitch count. Do we have enough weapons around Patrick Mahomes to make this thing work? Okay, that's the question. Can Noah Gray carry that load? And I'm gonna say, you know what? To be honest with you, I think we do. I think we do. I think we have enough. I think if because we talked about Rice and Ross having a package, talking about having 7 receivers, you get the right guys in there. You got running backs, you can get into slot. We do a lot of different things to get very creative. Travis Kelce's, his area is that middle, okay? That ram of like the, you know, kind of the mid-range area, small catches, making big yards. His power is making guys miss once he gets the ball in his hands, the yak yards, and then being on a page with Patrick where they know where each other are. But I will say this. I would say that he's had a young buck under his wings in Noah Gray for the past few years, who's been watching every little crafty move he's done. Travis has been explaining to him. Noah Gray is getting tight end university every single day with him. Let's put it that way, right? So tight end university is one of those things. Guys, the tight ends could benefit for a lot of different reasons, run routes, all different things. Noah Gray is getting that every single day, okay? And some of the things that I'm sure that he expresses about to Patrick about running routes, Travis is saying the same thing to Noah, like, this is what we're thinking, okay? So Patrick is probably saying, hey, Noah, you know, this is not quite like a learning curve for you because you've been watching Patrick. You can tell what we're talking about. Noah's he's taking all these things in. He's eating all that part up. So yeah, I think if it depends on the knee swelling, how it's going to respond. Do we need him right now for this game? And if he doesn't play, can a young Noah Gray come in and the guys and the surrounding guys around him, supporting cast, can they do the job? Okay, with PM15 throwing the ball, I think they can. I do.
Okay, so we're gonna get to predictions later, but a lot of people are saying if Kelce doesn't play, I was watching First Take earlier. Like a few of them said the Chiefs lose that game if Travis Kelce's not on the field Thursday. Do you think this impacts? I mean, obviously he's a big part of our offense. You know, his numbers. You know, they tell a full story of what he can do and what you know. Do you think this this could hinder a win for us if he doesn't play, or no? You think we have enough pieces to kind of rally?
I think we got enough pieces. And the thing is, it may be more difficult, no doubt about it. It'll be a more difficult win for us. But still, I think we have enough pieces to get the win nonetheless. And here's the reality, to be honest with you. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions don't care anything about who you have on the field. They could care less if Travis Kelce is playing or not. The way that they're going to go in and they're preparing is just Travis Kelce going to play. That's what they're going to do. You know why? Because Dan Campbell's played football. He's got a staff that all of them played in the NFL. They understand how this means. We know game time decisions. Shoot, there's times in games I didn't think I was going to make it. I'm not going to play. And it was like game time, JD, how you feel? How you feel? And I'm like, I don't know. And I got to loosen up. Like it was literally right before the game making that decision if I was going to play or not. Okay. And so we understand that vitamin T and what they can do with inflammatory thing. It works. It works. And you got a good cast of trainers and whatnot. It's going to make sure Travis is in the most optimal position to try to not get hurt and do well. Okay. If it's anything other than that, then they may not chance it. But like I said, Dan and them, they don't care. They could care less. They are coming in here to win. They're coming here to spoil the party. So to him, Detroit Lions, they are whispering like, look, they still got PM15 out there. Okay. He gets the ball to everybody. That's what we know. Patrick Mahomes is a guy that gets everything going. He's the guy that we need to stop. Yeah, he's going to have his best weapon is not going to be out there. But he's got other guys around him right now too. And he's got Andy Reid that can craft things together to put him in a position to make things win, to put guys in a position to make things win. They just got to make plays. And so they're going to come after. They're going to come after the Chiefs. They're going to come after Patrick Mahomes. They're going to do everything they possibly can. Okay? We got a good line that's going to protect Patrick. We got good receivers, got good running backs. We got good tight ends at Noah Gray and Blake Bell. These guys can get these things going. No doubt about it.
Yeah. And people forget, AFC Championship game last year, Patrick Mahomes is playing on one ankle. KT gets hurt. Hardman gets hurt. Juju gets hurt. I think at the end of that game, he's throwing to Marcus Kemp for a pivotal first down play on that game-winning drive. So, like, you know, Patrick's done that before. Obviously, he had Kelce in that game. But still, you know, he works the ball around with no matter who he's got out there.
Look,
that helps.
It helps tremendously. And it will help tremendously if Noah Gray can come in and give some semblance of that whole look from Travis and what he needs, right? And that's what Patrick just needs. He just needs that security blanket. He needs a guy to be in the right spot and be in certain spots that the defense may not expect them to be, okay, to be on the same page. And he may look for that weight to come from Jerick McKinnon or MVS or Sky Moore, okay? He may look for those guys to do that, all right? Heck, they might even bring Justin Watson to be the guy to roam the middle a little bit more as a bigger body, okay? He's got kind of a closer to it, maybe, you know, a bigger frame, you know, to kind of do those things. So, look, Andy is surgical with this. He is. He's a mastermind. They're going in and they're thinking all the contingency plans that they need to be successful. Okay, so they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready, man. Plus, the energy in the stadium is going to keep them there. You know.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline might push Kelce to play. If it's a game time decision, he's working out before the game. He kind of feels the fans coming in. You know, kind of feel the energy, the vibes. I think he might dress up and maybe, even if he doesn't give us a full go, I think we might see a little bit of him on Thursday. If it's that close, if his brother's saying, if he feels a little bit better, the inflammation goes down, I think he give it a go. I think he could play, but we may see more Noah Gray than Kelce snaps or something like that.
I see that. But like I said, it all depends on how his knee is responding.
Yeah.
Okay. If the inflammation is down and they feel comfortable with it and he feels comfortable with it, the adrenaline they carry him where he needs to go, right? But then it's like, okay, we'll put him on a pitch count. Certain things we'll put him in for. All right. So there's a lot of decisions and choices going on right now in these next 24 hours that is going to be paramount to the success of this game.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.